Live now. Right, one more minute and we'll get started. Namaste everyone. Welcome to Hindi University. I'm just setting the class on the Facebook channel, and then we'll get started. I hope you all are doing well. I think one more minute and we'll get started. I'm just posting the class on our Facebook page. I think every week they make some changes on the Facebook side, so makes it slightly.
I noticed that this morning.
Yeah, every week they'll be like, here's a different feature now. All right, let's get started. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to Hindi University. Really excited to be with you all this Sunday. As you know, uh, we meet every Sunday 8 a.m. US Pacific time, which is the time in the west coast of the US, and we learn about the Hindi language. For those of you who are new to Hindi University, you can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Hindi University, and you will find several Hindi related tutorials. If you want to join our Sunday classes, you can find all the details in our page, which is tiny.cc/Hindi University. As you know, we have structured miscellaneous courses, details about our practice sessions, and also the book that we've been following, which is Teach Yourself Hindi. Teach Yourself Hindi. So a book written by Professor Rupert Schnell at the University of Texas, Austin. You can find all the previous videos of this book as well in this page. Okay, so that's a great way for you to get started. And today's topic is going to be really interesting. Even if you're completely beginner, it's going to be very useful for you. So from beginner to, I'll be a refresher for all the intermediate and advanced books. And as you know, we are working on chapter number 15 from this book, from the Rupert Snell's book. And in this class, we will continue to go over the new topics of this book. So with that being in mind, as you know, participation is always welcome, but definitely ask as many questions as possible and help, your fellow Hindi learners as well. So in this class, we will be learning about postposition in Hindi. And most of you are already familiar with it, so it's going to be refresher for a good number of you. But I have to say, Rupert Schnell has done a pretty good job of compiling all the cases of how to use this postposition say in Hindi. Okay, so my goal is by the end of this class you will be able to learn most of the cases of how to use say in Hindi. Okay, that's the objective. So with that in mind, let's get started. And as we make progress in the class, we'll take questions, comments, and suggestions. Okay. So as most of you are familiar with it, like in Hindi, the key difference is because Hindi is an SOV language, subject, object, and verb, as opposed to English, which is SVO. Okay. Example would be in English, you say I eat an apple, right? Your object is coming at the end, apple. In Hindi, you'll say मैं apple खाता हूँ, right? You have subject मैं, apple, your object, and then verb खाता हूँ. Okay. So that's one of the major difference. Similar to that, there's also a difference of how to use some of these grammatical construct. In English, you will hear this grammatical construct called preposition. The same grammatical construct in Hindi or SOV languages are known as postposition. Okay, example would be in English you will say on the table. Your preposition is coming before your noun. In Hindi it would be table pe. Okay, in English you will say from, let's say, Italy. Okay, your from is coming before your name of the country, noun. In Hindi it would be Italy se. You see, it's coming right after your noun. Okay, that's why it is called postposition. So the first use case of say is very evident, that it means from. Okay, so the first use case I'm going to say, case one of what is the meaning of say in Hindi, where it is implying from. Okay, from Italy say, from India say, similarly from Germany say, straightforward one, and I'm sure all of you are familiar with it. Okay, so as I'm thinking ahead, I want all of you to also basically think about what kind of simple sentences can you make with this construct. Okay, you can talk about where you are from. Okay, so if I were to say मैं आशु हूँ, which is basically, and this is covered in our Pingu Learns Hindi as well, very very basic sentences which hopefully are easy for everyone. So you will start with, if you are introducing to someone, मैं, your name, I am Ashu, and then you can really say मैं से हूँ, which means this place, the country. Okay, मैं आशु हूँ, मैं इंडिया से हूँ. Okay, and then same thing, you can continue the use of say to learn about other person, where they are from. Okay, and how will you ask that? Let me ask some of you. How will you ask someone where they are from? Sharmila ji?
आप कहाँ से हैं?
Very good. So you will say आप कहाँ से हैं. Again, the use of say here, which implies from. Where are you from? आप कहाँ से हैं? Okay. I want to spend like 5 more minutes. I know it's a simple use case of say, but just to kind of elaborate and get you guys thinking on how to keep using, even though it sounds very simple, yet you can push yourself to come up with more cases of say. Okay. Let's say you are talking to someone and you suddenly hear some noise coming from far away. Okay, and you're curious where this voice or noise is coming from. Okay, how will you say that in Hindi, where this voice is coming from? Let's say you can all try it out. You're all encouraged to try this. How will you say that? And in the meantime, I can say, Kelly ji, how will you say that? Where is this voice coming from?
Zor kahan se hai?
Say it again.
Is it zor noise? I can't remember.
So let's say voice is what I'm thinking.
Oh, voice, nara.
Noise, okay, either way is fine. So noise would be shore.
Shore, that's what it was.
Voice will be awaz.
Avaz.
Okay, you can use either of them.
So what's the sense again? Where is this
coming from?
Okay. Let's see. Is avaz ko kahan se hai?
Okay. Where is coming from?
Oh, coming from. So you're gonna have to use the the progressive.
Yep.
So ye shor kahan आ रहा है?
Very good. Very good.
I don't know.
So postposition. यह है आवाज और यह है शोर. यह शोर कहाँ? And then
say.
So for आवाज, it's ये आवाज कहाँ से आ रही है? okay, for यह शोर कहाँ से आ रहा है, okay, one is masculine, one is feminine, okay, यह आवाज कहाँ से आ रही है. You see, again you are using the postposition say here. Straightforward, right? No problem there. Hopefully it makes sense. Let's keep going. The use of say again, where it implies from, okay. Now let's say poetically you are telling someone, I'm coming from far away. I am coming from far away. I want all of you to try that and tell me how will you say that in Hindi. How will you say that, all of you?
आशु,
Yeah, go for it.
मैं दूर से आ रही हूँ.
Very good. मैं, okay, and very far away. Okay, very good job. What about everyone else? What do you guys think?
मैं बहुत से दूर
Yeah,
बहुत दूर से आ रही हूँ.
very good, right? So you will say मैं बहुत दूर से for a female, मैं बहुत दूर से आ रही हूँ, और for a guy, मैं बहुत दूर से आ रहा हूँ. Okay, दूर से. Any question on this one? Hopefully it should be straightforward and not too difficult. Anyone? Taraji, good to see you. Any questions, anyone, on this one before we move on? Okay, awesome. Now, so far we've used, simple sentences. You can also use to, and most of them, I'm using the pronoun at the beginning of the sentence. मैं, आप, वह है, ये है, right? You don't have to limit yourself with just that, right? Let's say if you were to go with the famous story and you want to say, apple fell from the tree, right? Again, use of from. This sentence is written in past indefinite. How will you say that? All of you should try it out. I'm gonna ask one of you to.
Can I try?
Yeah, go for it. What is the verb?
सेब. सेब, the पेड़ से गिर गई.
Okay, so from the tree is पेड़ से.
पेड़ से गिर गई और गिर.
Okay, apple is masculine.
So गिर गया और.
Okay, that's good. गिर गया, or if you don't want to use compound, if you just want to say, the verb is गिरना, and गिरना in past would be
गिरा.
very good. Right, so say it again. सेब.
सेब पेड़ से गिरा.
Very good. सेब पेड़ से गिरा. So the verb here is गिरना, which is to fall in the past, and now this is an intransitive verb, right, which means with your noun you don't, or with your beginning subject, you don't put ne along with it, right? So you just say पेड़. Okay, पेड़ गिरा, which means सेब गिरा means the apple fell. Okay, सेब पेड़ से गिरा means it fell from the tree. Okay, hopefully it's straightforward. Questions, anyone? No questions?
Yeah, namaste, everyone.
Yeah.
Actually, I do have a question. If you said it the other way around, paid say seb gira, that would be incorrect.
Paid say seb gira. Why? No, this is fine.
That's okay.
Even though we follow the SOV structure, there is some agility there, which means you can move around, however you want. It's in the context, so it means the same thing. In fact, if you're writing a poem, you can even put, some of the cases you can put verb at the beginning, like gira seb ped se. Okay, that, it's again, it's a poetic way of saying it. You don't have to, just forcefully say that, but if somebody's saying it, you have to, listen to it carefully, and then make sense of it. Okay. Like, I'm just thinking out loud, like, if I have to come up with a, poetic way of saying it, गिरा से पेड़ से हुई बहुत आवाज. Okay, and I'm just trying to make up a song, like, to make my case here. But you're absolutely right. You can put this at the beginning also. पेड़ से सेब गिरा. Okay, good question. Anyone else? What else can you think of? Now, if I have to, okay, I think some people are waiting. Okay. If you have to think about, some more examples of say, where it means from. Let's say this is a quick in-class quiz for you. What's the immediate one that comes to your mind? Why don't you all write it on the chat? Since I cannot see you, it'll be a good check for me to make sure we are making progress. All of us should try to write it.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Taraji, this is correct. पेड़ से सेब से पेड़ गिर गया. But I said, like, you can use compound verb, but if you don't want to use it, गिर गया, remember, like, the state changes. Like, when you put गिर गया, that means, like, it has, before and after, right? And the next one, Sangeeta ji saying is तुम वहाँ से चले जाओ. Oh, very good, right? तुम वहाँ से चले जाओ, get out from there. Or, हम दुनिया भर से हैं. Very good. Okay. मैंने कल दुकान से सब्जियां खरीदी. I bought vegetables from the store. Very good. Keep going. This is a good way for you guys to learn more sentences than what I can come up with, right? मैंने कल अपनी सास को घर से निकाला. Why would you do that? But it's a good sentence. I kicked my mother-in-law out of the house. That's what the sentence means. मैंने फ्रिज से सूप निकाला. I took the soup out of the fridge से. Okay, so that's a good one. मैंने पेड़, which one are you using? सेब पेड़ से नहीं गिरता. Okay, very good. That's a negative sentence, Bundev.
It was like the apple does not fall far from the tree, the saying.
Yeah. Oh, I see. So you are trying to say it in present tense. Okay, very good. So you're saying पेड़, सेब पेड़ से दूर नहीं गिरता. Apple doesn't fall from the tree. That's good. Awesome. मैंने कल अपने भाई को खिड़की से फेंका. Wow, you are using pretty wild sentences, but yeah, that's grammatically this is correct. मैंने कल अपने भाई को खिड़की से फेंका. Okay, anyone else? Okay, good. So I'm happy here. So this is the case one. There are many cases, so I'm gonna pick up the pace also. But feel free to stop me if something doesn't go well, or if you want to learn more about that. Okay. The next one is a use case where it means where say means by or via. Okay, such as like by train or by bus.
Ashu Ji, one question.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of panka?
Fenkna. Okay, so
Fen-
the verb here is fenkna. Fenkna, which means to throw.
Okay.
Which means to throw. Like मैं ball फेंकता हूँ. I throw a ball.
Okay.
Right?
Hello?
Thank you.
Yeah, I think there is some.
Hello.
Yeah, so I hope you can all hear me, but I'm gonna just quickly put folks on mute in case. So there's only one. So I hope it is clear. Fenkna is to throw. It also is used when somebody is, when you're talking to someone and they are saying things which does not make sense, right? And when they're just like, I don't know what's the term for English for that. When somebody is just like, just randomly saying something which does not make sense, or like bombasting about themselves. It could be like "क्यों फेंक रहा है," right? It's a slang way of saying it, like why are you just like saying to show off. Okay, that's a good one, right? So "क्यों फेंक रहा है," it's not academically used, but it is used in a casual language. Okay, okay. Hopefully it makes sense. So again, by train, by bus. So it's basically where "se" means by. So it would be train se, bus se. Okay, it all means by. Okay, so I'm going to home via bus or by bus. So मैं बस से और बस लेकर घर जा रहा हूँ. So your simple sentence without that would be मैं घर जा रहा हूँ. Okay, and what does it mean, Nandini ji? मैं घर जा रहा हूँ और मैं घर जा रही हूँ.
I'm going home.
I'm going home, and then the next one would be मैं बस से
I'm going
going
home by bus.
Okay, so I think one person at a time. I think if I'm going to ask your name, I can't see your name, but it's a Zoom user. But I'll ask you. Okay. So,
Okay.
1 minute. All right. So I'm going home by bus. Good one. Okay. So and then if let's say you are going to someone's house.
Excuse me, I want to say something.
Who is that? And what's the question?
Zoom user.
Okay.
Isn't train in Hindi rail gadi?
Say it again.
Isn't train in Hindi rail gadi?
Yeah, that is correct. Right. You can train. It's one can argue that even like rail is an English word, but that's correct. Rail gadi is the commonly used one. Rail gadi. That's correct. Okay. Awesome. So now the next one is if I were to continue in this one, let's say Sunita, you're going to someone's house, okay, and they're asking you, how are you coming here? Okay, and you want to say I'm coming via by train. How will you say that?
मैं ट्रेन से जा रही हूँ.
मैं ट्रेन से, और you're coming, right? So मैं
आ रही हूँ.
मैं ट्रेन से और मैं रेलगाड़ी से आ रही हूँ. Okay, good, awesome. So this one is straightforward. I'm not going to spend too much time on this use case. Hopefully this is simple enough that it's for all of you it's a simple one, right? So let's say you're touring your city as well. So it's like Rita bus se New York City NYC जा रही है. So all these are like simple cases. जा रही है. Okay. So this is the second use case of how to use say.
Ashu Ji, it's also मैं पैदल से जा रही हूँ ना.
So
right?
there you will not put say. She's saying like by walking. So
By foot. Isn't it literally by foot? No?
no. So pedal is what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there you will not put pedal say. You will simply say मैं पैदल जा रही हूँ. Okay. There's no say there. You will not put say in addition to that, right? I mean, there's no external agent that is helping you here. Like I'm going by foot. Even though in English you will put by, in Hindi you will not use say here.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Anyone else? Question?
I wanted to ask a question.
Okay, go for it.
I have heard a word. What does Sholab Sauchale mean?
Sulabh Shauchalaya. That's like for bathroom. Yeah. That's like bathroom is used in some places if you are in the airport or not. In railway station or bus station, you will see that written. Yeah,
And does Havaya mean airport?
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So I wanted to ask a question regarding this. For example, if I want to say I'm going to the airport, so we can say मैं हवाई अड्डे जा रहा हूँ, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh.
Awesome. Okay. So let's go to the third use case of say, which means since. Okay, again, most of you probably have heard of it. Like there are many cases where you can use, in English also since, right? I've been working, since this morning, or it's been raining since this afternoon. Okay, all of those are the cases where you will use since, right? So the example would be since the morning. Okay, how will you say that, Taraji, in Hindi? Since the morning?
सुबह से
Subah se. Very good.
ऐसे
Okay. Next one is since yesterday. Since yesterday. Okay. How will you use? How will you say that, Kinga? Since yesterday.
कल से.
Also.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you, Zoom user, if you so typically I go over everyone's name. So feel free to write it in chat in the meantime, right? I mean, so I want to make sure everyone gets the opportunity. Kal se. Okay, kal se. So let's say you want to say it's raining. It's raining since yesterday.
कल से बारिश हो रही है.
So I am sorry, it's I advise you a few times to not interrupt, so that's okay. Kingaji, how will you say that? It's raining since yesterday.
कल से बारिश हो रही है.
Okay. कल से बारिश हो रही है. Okay, how did you come up with this? Tell us a little bit more.
Well, कल से, it's like from yesterday.
Or since yesterday, very good.
Barish,
Uh-huh.
and it's present continuous. It's still raining, so it is, and it's feminine, so it's हो रही है.
Very good, right? कल से बारिश हो रही है. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Okay, so I just saw your comment, Rita ji. Thank you so much. Okay, I had to do that. I had to. Okay, so this is good, right? कल से बारिश हो रही है, and it means since. The next one is, if you want to tell someone that I've been working, or I'm working. I've been since the morning. Try to use it in the present continuous only. How will you say that, Radhika? I've been working since this morning. And in case if you're not there,
No, so सुबह से
okay.
मैं काम कर रही हूँ और कर.
So that's good. That's it. मैं
Yeah.
सुबह से
काम कर रही हूँ.
awesome. मैं सुबह से काम
कर रही हूँ.
कर रही हूँ. Awesome. मैं सुबह से काम कर रही हूँ. Again, you said सुबह से, where say means since. Okay. And I'm not let's say you want to say I'm not feeling well since this morning. That's the last one where it means since, and which, let's say someone who has not tried before. I'm feeling sick, or I'm not feeling well since this morning. Sharmila ji?
मैं सुबह से
Mhm.
ठीक बीमार I'm not sure to the ending.
No, it's okay. You can say it multiple ways.
मैं सुबह से बीमार लग रही हूँ.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think it might be perfect, but at the moment I can't remember.
No, here's the thing. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? As long as you can convey yourself, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? मैं सुबह से, either you can say मैं सुबह से बीमार हूँ, one way. Okay. The other one would be, you can say मेरी तबीयत, my health, मेरी तबीयत, सुबह से, मेरी तबीयत सुबह से अच्छी नहीं है. अच्छी नहीं है. There are many ways of saying it, right? The whole point is, as long as you know that what you're conveying, it's basically as long as you can convey it, it's all the same. Okay. मेरी तबीयत, my health, सुबह से, since this morning, अच्छी नहीं है. अच्छी नहीं है. Okay. It's not well, basically. Okay. Any questions on sense? Anyone want to push themselves and make more complicated sentence? You're welcome.
Can I use?
Yeah, go for it.
मैं कल से मैं कल से हिंदी क्लास के लिए इंतजार करती
Okay,
हूँ.
thank you. Yeah, very good, right? So she's saying I've been waiting for the class since yesterday. मैं कल से क्लास का इंतजार कर रही हूँ. Great. Right? मैं कल से क्लास का इंतजार कर रही हूँ. Great. So maybe, right? So I can say I too, right? So this is the third use case of how to use say. So far we have done 3. First one is from, second one is by, third one is since. Okay. So there's a list here. So just remember it. Okay. Multiple cases. Fourth one, when you're trying to compare, and the English word than, in Hindi you will use say for that as well. Then, okay. An example would be, if I can write it down, taller than someone. Okay. So you will say ज़्यादा, लंबा or लंबी. Okay, lamba or lambi. So let's say the sentence is Rita is taller than John. Rita ji, how will you say that in Hindi? Rita is taller than John.
Rita John say lambi hai.
Okay, very good. Rita John से ज़्यादा लंबी है और बड़ी है और लंबी है. That's also correct. Rita John से लंबी है. Okay. So then John, remember that, right? That's why it's John से लंबी है. If you say it John Rita से लंबा है, right? That means then Rita. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense, right? So you should really see who is basically says following which name. Okay, so that's the comparison point. The other sentence, if I were to keep going here, and I want to say Kelly makes better chai than let's say Tom. We don't have him here today, right? We're missing him. Okay, Kelly, how will you say that?
Okay. Let's see. Kelly, Tom say, chai, no. Let's see. Chai, better, what the heck? Chai better, banati hai?
Very good, right? Kelly, Tom say better I'm going to use this word because I don't use it common. So बेहतर, Kelly, Tom से बेहतर चाय बनाती है. Okay, that's a good one. बेहतर चाय बनाती है. If you want to use a common, like the more casual word, ज़्यादा अच्छी चाय बनाती है. But this is a good word. बेहतर चाय बनाती है. Okay, this is a better word, if I will, right? Any questions, anyone? So if I were to do a quick in-class exercise to all of you, and I have to ask you, give one sentence where you are using then, and you have to type it. So I encourage all of you to do that. Write a sample sentence, using say where it means then, and that will give me a quick check. I'm going to use the example that Rupert Snell also uses in his book, which is a good example actually. So he says, flights are expensive than train. Flights are expensive than train. Okay, someone who has not tried. Jacob, I know you are new, so I don't want to put you on spot. So in case if you feel okay, you can unmute yourself and give this a try. Flights are expensive than train. Okay, no problem. You can type it also. Who else? Tom, you want to give it a try? Okay. Who else? Olina ji?
फ्लाइट ट्रेन से महंगा है.
Okay, very good. The flights, train se, flights are considered feminine, so flights, train se.
ट्रेन से महंगी है.
Say it again. Say महंगी है. Very good. Okay. Say महंगी है. Flights, train se महंगी है. Okay. So these are all the cases where the fourth use case of say, where it means since. Okay. How are we doing with time? Yeah.
मेरा एक सवाल है. So you don't need more there? Like you don't.
You can put it. You can put say ज़्यादा महंगी है. The question is, can I put more there?
I mean, without, you can also have it without it.
In English, I don't know. I can't comment on that.
English, it's weird. So I guess that's what I'm asking. In Hindi, you don't need.
You don't need. Yeah. In English, महंगी है. Yeah, it's implied there that it's more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ashu
But
ji,
yeah, this makes it explicit. से ज़्यादा महंगी है. For sure. Like just like this also, it makes it more explicit. Like when you're comparing, like you will put more there. But without
Ashu ji.
that, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go for it.
How do you say flight in Hindi?
How do you say flights in Hindi? Who else would like to give it a try? Let me ask some of the folks. Yeah.
Can I try?
Yeah, give it a try. You're there, right?
Hawaj.
Hawaii Jahaj.
Very good. Hawai Jahaj.
Oh.
I think you were going there only. Hawai Jahaj. Anyone else? Hawai Jahaj. What does it mean, Hawai Jahaj?
Air. Isn't it about air and ship?
It's the airplanes.
That's right, airplane. But Jahaj
Aircraft.
is that's right.
Ship.
Jahaj is ship. Hawaii is the air one, right? I mean, so aircraft or airplane, all of them are. We have a common word for that, right? Viman is also used. Viman, but Hawai Jahaj will fit better here. Okay, questions, anyone? Okay, so we'll move on to the more complex uses of say now. Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. So now we'll use the fifth use case of say. So this is the fifth one where it means say implies with. Okay, with. Now, what do you mean by that? Right. So this is like, you are doing something or making something with a tool or any kind of thing. Okay, or making something, doing, making, applying, whatever, right? So let's say you are eating something with a spoon. With a spoon. With a spoon. How will you say that? Tom, you want to give it a try? With a spoon.
Yes, spoon say.
Spoon say. Okay, very good. And spoon in Hindi is, who would like to give it a try?
March.
Chammach, very good, right? Chammach. So I'm going to just split it. It's one word, but chammach, right? So it's cha, half ma, chammach. Chammach say, okay? Let's say with a hammer. You know how the tool hammer, right? With a hammer. How would you say that in Hindi? With a hammer. Someone who's not tried to, Sangeeta ji, with a hammer.
Hama is hathoda.
Oh, very good. So it would be
Hathoda se.
hathode se. Very good.
Hathode se.
Okay, very good. So I didn't know. I you always surprise me with your vocabulary. So hammer is ha toda. I mean that tool that you use to put a nail on the wall, right? So hatoda. So because you're using say after that, it becomes oblique case. So it would be hatode se. We'll make sentences also, but that's what it is. Hatode se. Okay. You're doing you're with a pencil. So again, all of them you're using with pens, with a pencil. Pravaji, it would be
Kalam se.
which one? Kalam se. Very good. Kalam se or pencil se. Pen is the more one for kalam, but that's I see what you're saying, so I'm going to still write it kalam se. Okay. Now let's make some sentence. So now I have it here. Some of these like basic foundational level stuff. I definitely ask all of you as I'm writing examples, so you think ahead of me and write some sample sentences using chammach se or hathode se or kalam se or any other tool or instrument as well. Feel free to make sentences. Yeah, and you can write it in the chat, whether it is on Facebook chat or on Zoom chat. You're welcome to try. Okay, so now let's see. Let's say I want to say he's taking vegetable with a spoon. Okay, so how will you say that in Hindi? Rendell, you want to give it a try? He is taking vegetable with a spoon.
Okay, वह spoon से सब्जियां I can't remember the verb to take. Leta hai.
Very good, right? So where spoon, and this is present continuous. So
ले रहा है.
Awesome. वह स्पून से और वह चम्मच से सब्जी ले रहा. Awesome. ले रहा है. Good. Right? वह चम्मच से सब्जी ले रहा है. and I see you guys have tried multiple sentences here, so I'm going to read it. मैं हाथ से मैंने हाथ से एक पत्र लिखा. Okay. Okay, and I think okay, good. मैं दूध से बर्फी बनाती हूँ. Okay. मैं सूप चम्मच से खाता हूँ. Okay. मैं चश्मे से बेहतर देख सकती हूँ. Okay, awesome. Those are good sentences. Okay, I like to eat, and this one I just thought about it. I like to eat. I like to eat with my hand. How will you say that? I like to eat with my hand. Nandini ji?
मुझे हाथ से खाना पसंद है.
Very good, right? So मुझे I like, right? So मुझे हाथ से
खाना
पसंद है.
Do I have to say another खाना as well? Because
No. You can say that. मुझे हाथ से खाना खाना पसंद है.
खाना पसंद है.
But one is noun and one is a verb. But मुझे हाथ से खाना पसंद है. मुझे हाथ से खाना पसंद है.
Do you need a mirror or apne? Like मुझे अपने हाथ से खाना पसंद है?
You can say that. No, yeah, there's nothing wrong in it, but this is really in the context of like, when I'm eating, let's say my own, home food, okay, like dal bati, it's, and some people can eat spoon also you can eat it with spoon. But to me, I want to like smash the bati and then put dal in it, and I want to eat it with my hand. So that's what it's being used as, right? So just like Nandini ji, I'm sure you agree, right? If you're eating dal and sambar, like you would rather, right? You would prefer, right? You prefer to eat it with hand than spoon, right? So, so there your real yourself, comes there, right? So that's what it means.
स्पून से हाथ में खाना बेहतर है.
Yeah, of course, right?
Say, I should say. Sorry.
Okay. Next one is, I'm going to just give one more example. And these are like practice for you, because you all know it now quite well, right? So here I have like, she decorated the house. I'm just using a past example now. She decorated the house with candles. Again, there's a with here. She decorated the house with candles. Alina ji?
वहाँ कैंडल्स से घर डेकोरेट करती है.
Okay. So the sentence is correct. If I wrote this, she decorates the house with candles. I deliberately wrote it in the past. I deliberately wrote it in the past.
Would the vaha have to be in the oblique because of the say, or no?
No, vaha will not be, like, you mean this part?
Yes. It would still be vaha.
It will be vaha, but because decorate is a transitive verb, you will change it accordingly.
So I'm saying it would be a nay.
That's right.
So wouldn't it have to change to like usne? And
that's right.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay.
If that's what you meant, yes. Usne.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't know the word for decorated. Usne, gar.
Yeah.
Usne, God, decorate, say, I don't know, candles say, sajaya.
Yeah, very good. So उसने candle से घर. Okay. The verb, as you probably mentioned, yes, the word is sajana.
In past tense, sajaya.
Sajaya. उसने candle से घर सजाया. Okay. If you don't feel comfortable, if it doesn't come to you, you can say, by default, the verb, you can always use it using the English word decorate karna. Even though it's not Hindi, but that will still fly decorate karna, and it will become decorate kiya. Okay, a lot of Hindi users say that as well. Okay, this is the fifth use case of how to use say, where it means with. Let me see if there are any. Okay, so Sangeeta ji saying sajana is to decorate. Awesome. Okay, so Jacob is Shama say. Okay, so Shama, you can say that. मुझे हाथों से खाना पसंद है. Okay, awesome. All right. Any other questions on this one? Any more comment? Okay. So now we'll look at the use case number 6. Okay, and which means because of something, or because of any event or thing here. Okay, so this is a little bit more contextual, so I have to give you example. Without that it will be hard. Because of heat, people are suffering, right? People, so let's say my sentence is log गर्मी से परेशान हो रहे हैं. Now it may be hard for some of you, but I'm gonna see if we can parse this sentence. Tom, you want to give it a try? How will you parse this sentence?
Yes, please. I'll let you try.
Yeah.
Log is people. Garmi say is because of the heat.
Because of the heat. Awesome. And then what is the
and
word?
We have a continuous. They are suffering. So pareshan.
Yeah. What is the word? To suffer is?
Pareshan.
Yeah. Pareshan hona in this case. Okay. And then?
Pareshan hona. So pareshan ho rahe hai.
Okay.
Ho rahe.
So that's present continuous. Awesome.
Yes.
Amazing. I'm so happy you were able to parse it. Okay, so as Tom mentioned, log is people, garmi se. Now there is a use of say. Okay, the one-to-one translation in English would be because of the heat. Pareshan ho rahe hain. Pareshan hona, to suffer. Because it's used in present continuous, you are removing na, and because log is considered, group of people is considered plural, masculine plural, even if it is a male and female together, like that's why you're putting ho rahe hain. Okay, log pareshan ho rahe hain, right? So because of heat, garmi se pareshan ho rahe hain. Okay, now let's say
Ashu Ji, so is it the same as, or is there a slight difference if you would have said ke karan?
It's the same. लोग गर्मी के कारण परेशान हो रहे हैं. So the question is a good one. It came to my mind. So the sentence is you wrote गर्मी से. Okay, गर्मी से. She's saying, is it same as के कारण? Can I replace say here with के कारण? You can. It means the same thing. Okay. Same thing. Okay. Now let's say, now that I have you, Kelly ji, you want to say everything got wet because of the rain. Okay. Let's say you make two sentences now. It's been raining since yesterday. That's the first one. It's been raining since yesterday. Everything got. Yep.
First one. Let's see. Kal se barish ho rahe hai.
Yeah, kal se barish ho rahi hai. Now you want to say everything got wet because of the rain.
Okay, let me see. let me think. Got. I'm wondering if that's a co. Where are you, Rita G? Is that a co queen?
No, I don't think it's a coal.
Okay. Let me see. Sub cheese. Hold on. Let me see. The whiteboard just got all small. I can't see it.
Everything got wet because of the rain.
Okay. I know because of the rain will be barish se.
Very good. So barish se is definitely.
Yeah, and then sub cheese would be everything.
That's it. Sub.
Okay.
You can say sub or sub cheesing. Either way is fine. And to get wet is?
I don't know that verb.
Okay. Anyone else?
Gila.
It's like being, yeah, I think we aspirated. Is it gila? Yeah.
Okay. So gila, hona.
Gila hona. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now, okay, because it's hona, then I don't have to do the, okay. So, sub cheese, barish se, gila hui.
Okay, awesome. Okay. So if you want to use sub cheese, then it would be feminine.
Gili hui.
That's right. So okay, if I'm saying it, you're absolutely right. I won't use sub cheese. I'll just by default use sub. बारिश से सब गीला हो गया. Okay, if I want to use sub.
Why would, yeah, and so what's that difference between sub and sub cheese for you? Like
the same thing. It's a choice. There's no difference here.
Okay, so the other way would be sub barish se gila hua.
That's right, gila hua.
Oh, okay.
Okay, if you want to use compound verb, you can say ho gaya. That's completely fine.
Of course. Well, Ted would. So Ted, what did he? Yes, of course he did.
He is good with compound verb, right? I mean, Ted.
Now, is that the same as kivaje say?
You can say that. So ke karan, so the now
Ke karan, kivaje say, or just say, all the same.
Yeah. So the comment is बारिश से, बारिश के कारण और बारिश की वजह से. They all are same. की वजह से. Let's see. Any other questions, comments? Anyone? How's everyone doing? Kinga? Everyone, you're following everything, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, awesome. Just want to make sure. So now let's say you want to say, Kinga, now I have you. US, we get hurricanes on a pretty seasons. So let's say you want to say there was a lot of damage because of the hurricane.
हरिकन से बहुत नुकसान था.
Wow. Hurricane से बहुत नुकसान हुआ. Okay. Yeah. Anyone can guess how to say hurricane in Hindi?
तूफानी.
Okay. Anyone else?
Tufan.
Okay. Hurricane से बहुत नुकसान हुआ. Okay. So what kind of tufan? Tufan are many types. Tufan. Okay. If you're reading the Hindi newspaper, it would be Chakravati Tufan. Okay. Chakravati. You don't have to remember it. I'm just writing it for additional stuff. Okay. Chakravati. Chakra is like, how it makes how it has an eye in the center and it goes in spirals, right? When you are taking the aerial image, that's why it's Chakravati Tufan. That Tufan that forms that has an eye and it goes in spirals. That's why it's called Chakravati Tufan. Okay. So someone can say America में बहुत चक्रवाती तूफान आते हैं. There are many these kind of hurricanes, they come in the US. Okay. Similarly, the other examples I can think of is वह stress से बीमार हो गया, right? Because of stress he got sick. Okay, there also you can say stress की वजह से और वो stress के कारण और तनाव के कारण बीमार हो गया. Okay, it's an interesting use case of how to use say where it means because of. So I think we're about time. I'm gonna just quickly finish the 7th use case of say, and we can wrap it up. Okay. The last one is, you guys are most probably familiar with, where it is being used with your pronoun. Okay. Where you take your pronoun such as main and put say to it. Okay. Aap, say, and then all the pronouns that you have, that's your homework exercise, and you put say with that, right? Taraji, you have to wrap it up. You have to tell me all of them and what does it mean?
मुझसे
Say, very good. Mujhse, and then next one.
आपसे
Aapse. Next one.
हमसे
Humse. What does it mean?
from us, from you, from me.
Okay. Okay. Can you give some examples of that?
मुझसे पूछो.
Mujhse pucho. Okay. So what does it mean? Mujhse pucho.
Ask me.
Ask me. Right. So ask me. It's mujhse pucho. Mujhse pucho. Verb is puchna, but it is you remove the. It's used in this form, right? You remove the na and you put o there, right? Mujhse pucho. So in this use case, what you're adding to pronoun, and it's basically, for the most part, it is followed by the form of the verb. Okay. Mujhse baat karo, like talk to me. Okay. Aapse, like, jokingly people say aapse nahi hoga, like you won't be able to do it. Okay. All of them are sort of like the part and parcel of it. Any other examples you can think of where you are using, mujhse, aapse, humse? I want all of you to try it. Let's say Radhika ji, still there?
Yes.
Okay. Try to use aapse in a sentence.
Oh, my brain is dead. If you say it in English, maybe I can give it to.
How will you say good to meet you? It's great, it was great to meet you. Yeah. In English, it would be one-on-one translated as after meeting you, I felt good.
आपसे मिलकर अच्छी हुई और अच्छी लगा.
Very good. आपसे मिलकर अच्छा लगा.
अच्छा लगा. Okay.
आपसे मिलकर अच्छा लगा. Somebody else was also saying something. Okay, good. हमसे. Okay, the Amritesh is saying a good one. He's saying मुझे आपसे बहुत उम्मीद है. Okay, I'm going to write it down and then maybe we can call it this one as the last sentence and we'll start the broadcast. मुझे, who will translate that? मुझे आपसे, it's a good one. मुझे आपसे बहुत उम्मीद है.
May I try? I have a lot of expectations from you.
Very good. Say it again one more time. I have
a lot of expectations from you.
That's good, right? I have a lot of expectations from you. Great. Okay, awesome. So these were the 7 use cases of like how to use say, and the different cases where you can use it. I hope you